I just want to welcome everybody. I'm Karen Varian, president of the Rusyn Association. And our Rusyn Association is based in Minnesota, and it primarily serves Carpatho-Rusyns whose families have ties to Minnesota and Wisconsin, or the villages where many of the Minnesota and Wisconsin Carpatho-Rusyns immigrated from. One of those villages is Stebnik, Slovakia. So we're glad to have Slavomir Mlynar here, the mayor of Stebnik, Slovakia today. Before we start, I want to explain how we'll be doing this today. Everyone is muted. If I see that you're not muted, I will mute you. And stay muted. There will be a presentation with an interview. Mark Dillon, our Rusyn Association board member, will conduct the interview. Some of you may have questions about your family connections to the village of Stebnik. We're not going to be able to answer all those questions today. At the end of the presentation, I will show you one of the tools that are available to help you with that and give you a place that you can at least send an email to. And actually, you can send an email to our Rusyn Association, and we'll get the question to the right place. Marie Margaton and Polly Walker, another board member, will be monitoring the chat. And so if you have questions, please enter them in chat and we'll get to them at the end. This is being recorded, but it will not be available widely. Let me put it that way. We don't really edit it, so I'm a little hesitant about sharing it with everybody. So at that, I'll now turn it over to Mark Dillon to start.
Well, thank you very much, Karen. We're delighted to have Slavo here today, joining us live from Stebnik, Slovakia, where it's 5:30. And wondering if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and the town, and give us the flavor of what it's like to live in Stebnik.
Slava Isusu Christu. Hello to everybody. Hello to everybody from Stebnik. My name is Slavomir Mlynar. I'm the mayor of the Stebnik 2.5 years, since 2018. I'm 41. I was born in Baljo, but both of my parents was born in Stebnik. Unfortunately, both of them are died. So Stebnik is my second home. Now is the first home, and is my heart home, heart village. Therefore, I came back here and I try to be a mayor or usual person who's living here. And what about the life in Stebnik at the moment? So as you can see on the presentation, there is a few new pictures from the church, also village hall. I think the life in the Stebnik at the moment is really nice, because it still is a very calm place, close to the Bardeo, which is the city in our area. So yeah, you can see the map. We are close to the Polish border. So for myself, I can say that life in the Stebnik, for me at the moment, is the best place in the world.
Slavo, yeah, these are in the Carpathian foothills. Could you kind of describe the environment along there? There's kind of a lot of nature opportunities, and what people do. So
the area you can see on the picture is its name Makovica. It's because of the in this borough, it's castle named Makovica. So these are names also Makovica. There is a villages like Becherov, Chmelova, Jedlinka, Regetovka, and another one. And there still lives the Rusyn people. And in the hard years, around the 90s, many people left these villages, and they went to USA, Minneapolis, or another towns or cities.
So, many of us are in the Rusyn diaspora. How do we get to know Stebnik? What ways are there to interact and learn more about the town?
So as you can see on the picture, this is the older picture because the church is the old one, the wall, but no problem. Village is, you can see, first dates is from 1414, so it means it's 607 years at the moment. It's Greek Catholic Church here. People also is Greek Catholic. Some of them is Orthodox and also Catholic because now people is moving here, or especially younger people from Bardeo or around the area. At the moment, we've got here the pub. We had a grocery shop, but grocery shop is closed, and pub is also closed because of the corona. Yeah. So another opportunity for about the work. Many people works in Bardeo, also in the pre-show. Close to the Stebnik is Zborov, and there is a like agriculture company, and few people works for this agriculture company. So they've got a job at the home. It's good for them because they don't have to travel for the work.
So Slavo, tell us a little about yourself. You've also operated a bar, restaurant, and you know, with everything that's going on with COVID, how the town is dealing with that.
So after 18 years, when I was traveling around Slovakia, and also I used to work abroad in Great Britain, still I wanted to come back to Stebnik. As I said, it's my heart village. So I decided to buy this building and start to live here in the Stebnik. So in 2017, end of the year, I bought this pub and building, and the bar was under reconstruction and reopened end of the March 2018. After this, I decided to candidate for mayor. It was half of November 2018. So beginning of the December 2018, I did start my job as a mayor, but the bar was still open. So until Corona came, and year ago, March, April, and beginning of May was closed. Then we are open again, but beginning of the October was closed everything. And I decided to give the name for this bar, Rutenia Bar Cafe. I think you understand what does it mean, Rutenia, all of you. So it's a place where used to live the Rusyns. So I was thinking that is the right name for the bar in the Stebnik, which is a Rusin village.
Okay. Yeah, there are a number of cemeteries in the area. Could you tell us more about them?
Yeah, in the village we had an older cemetery. Last man was my great grandfather. It was 1920, and since 1920, you can see the new cemetery. So there is also a funeral home, and another cemetery is from First World War. It's before the village. So at the moment is under like retired people in the Stebnik. They care about this cemetery. So they are cutting grass and everything what we need, they doing there.
Mm-hmm. So there's a total of 5 cemeteries, and some of them are been rebuilt. There's a new mausoleum, a funeral home with I believe you call it a house of mourning in Slovakia.
We are saying Dom Smutku, like a house of the sorrow. No, Dom Smutku. Bottom you can see the stone where my parents are in the yeah, this one, Pavel and Maria. Mm-hmm. So it was 4.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So Stebnik, prior to COVID, there were a lot of festivals and some stories, including a visit by an American group there a few years ago.
Yeah, in 1994, the mayor and people in Stebnik decided to make a first folklore festival. It's named Magurské slavnosti, and in 2019 it was 605th anniversary of the village. And in this festival came Minneapolis Polish folk dance group Dolina. And there is also march in this dance group is dancing Slavomir Mlynar, and her grandfather, I think, was born in the Stebnik. So it was very, very nice and emotional thing, because she came over 100 years maybe back to the Stebnik, and she danced here. So it was really, really nice, and I was happy that could happen. So.
And there are a lot of other activities in town as well, correct? Or how can people learn more about what's happening in the town, or the website, and what connections?
About the Stebnik, you mean? So we have
Yes.
a website. We have a website. At the moment, it's not very well conditioned, but I hope in the future will be better. Also, they contact on my email, on my mail email, or many people were visiting the Stebnik, so they've got contact here, family or new friends. So if someone needs to help or ask about it, you can contact me. If I will have a time, I'll be happy to help.
Mm-hmm. And let's see. So tell us a little more about your own family and your history. You have some photos to share.
My family is, I think, is old Stebnik family, and you can show the picture, all the picture, or?
I don't think we have that in here. Let's see.
Okay.
I think it's the end of the slide. No problem.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, there you
this
go.
one?
Yeah. The top one is the picture of my family, and also Marsha family. It's my great grandfather from mom's side. So another pictures is also Stebnik family, but honestly, I don't know who is it exactly. But I think the Peter Wark could know it. So.
Slava, we have a question from someone that wants to know if you have any ancestors from Rodziela.
Rodziela?
Correct.
I don't know. Don't know.
Okay.
I'm going to interrupt too. There was another question asking about, actually, Polly, I think, asked this one about the triangle. And I believe you were talking about the geographic triangle area. Is that correct?
No, they were asking about the triangle that's on top of the cross.
Oh.
Which is a symbol for the Trinity, or the all-seeing eye.
Yeah, the all-seeing eye. Okay, go ahead, go back ahead, Mark. And
yeah, so typically, or at least in Poland, that triangle on the cross has typically been used in World War I cemeteries. I don't know if that's the case there, but I'll just maybe point that out. And so let's see. So in terms of schools and recreation, can you tell us more about what life is like in the village?
Yeah, at the moment we have just a nursery school. Primary school was closed 8 years or 9 years ago because wasn't enough children in the school. At the moment we have 12 children in the nursery school, and I think in the future we will need more child. So I hope we'll be okay. As you can see on the pictures, the first one in the winter is every year in January or February, our touristic club makes like it's not race, just meeting people, you know, they skiing. After this, they are meeting in the village hall. They have a drink, the food, they're talking. Second one on the top is like Olympic Games for retired people. So in each village is these groups, and they are meeting every year in different village, and they have like sport games. It's again about the meeting, talking, you know, between the people. The football team finished in the Stebnik in 2009. At the moment is no place and for this sport, because it's not no place where, but
So one of
not
the
enough, yeah, not enough the players, for example.
So one of the sports is unique to Slovakia underneath the or by the photo to the middle right there. Can you tell us more about that that sport?
About the sport, I don't know very well. I just heard about it once. I did play. It's the play name Piga or Piggy, and it was play. They played my parents, for example, when they were with the cows in the forest, and they have they board. They try to have a fun. So it's you should you have to see it, because I don't know exactly explain it. So it's untypical sport.
So I see people in the snow there. Do tell us what winters are like. You know, it can be pretty chilly and with a lot of snow here in Minnesota. What are winters like in Stebnik?
Yeah, sometimes the winters is very strong. The snow is over meter sometimes, but usually it's 20 centimeters, 30 centimeters. It's dependent of the winter. But I think it's a little bit similar like in Minneapolis, because I saw the pictures of Minneapolis. So where is this, when is the strong, the winter, it's really nice.
So I think you have more photos to share from the visit of people from the U.S. With people gathered around.
Say again, which one?
Yeah, there we go. There. So to tell us about this photo, who's in there and what's
that's my personal story, because you can see there is a Margie Markusen and her daughter Jessica. It was in 2013, and they were my first clients. I helped them find the family, find the new friends. So, and this is in the village building, village hall. There is there's a previous mayor, Mr. Kuchechka, and it was the Margie birthday, 60th birthday, if I remember well. So they were my first clients, and after them came to Stebnik more and more people. I tried to help them. We have a nice friendships, and also in 2017 I went to Minneapolis for wedding. Mike Stenak had a wedding, and I was invited, so it was really nice experience, and I'm really happy that I could do it. So this is my personal story.
We'll have to have you to Minneapolis some time in the future.
I wanted to come, I think it was 3 years ago, I think so, but something happened, and I had to cancel. But I hope next year, I don't want to promise, I hope that I will come to Minneapolis again, mayor of the Stebnik.
Well, you're most welcome. So one other thing that's unique about Stebnik, there was at one time a singing group, and we have something to show there too. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, on this picture, you could see also women in singing group Stebnichanka. They were established in 1994 when was the first folklore festival. They had many performance, also like competitions performance in our area, also abroad, in Poland or Serbia. but after 20 years, they decided to stop. So at the moment, they don't singing, and we will see in the future. Maybe someone is coming and say, "Come again," you know. So I hope. You
Play a
can
little bit of one of their songs here.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And this song was in a 10th anniversary when they
Oh,
Well,
had
you can see the English translation here. I didn't play
Yeah.
the whole thing, but Stebnik Scott greets you, wishing good fortune and joy. Hey, many blessed, hey, for many years.
well, one of the audience questions we got, you mentioned your clients. Do you mean genealogy clients or just business clients who came to your bar, or what do you mean?
well, it wasn't exactly genealogy clients. I just tried to find the connections and help people come to visit these people and translate and show them the villages also around the Stebnik or another villages. So it wasn't exactly genealogy. It was more like a tour guider, something like this.
So how many people are there in Stebnik, and can you talk about the other towns nearby and how they interact or do with other communities?
Say again, because I didn't understand.
How big is Stebnik? How many people live there, and what are some of the other towns nearby? And do you do anything together with other towns nearby?
At the moment, in Stebnik lives 305 people. Another village behind the Stebnik is Stebnická Huta. Before the Stebnik is Zborov, and close to the Stebnik is Chmelova, Becherov, Regetovka. As I said, Bardejov is 15 kilometers from Stebnik, so it's not too far. In the present, almost everyone has a car, so it's no problem to drive to Bardejov for work, shopping, and other activities. But still lives people here. They don't have a car, so they use the bus. Bus is coming every day during the week. At the weekend is a little bit problem, but still is coming bus is Saturday and Sunday. So people have the opportunity to visit or go to Bardejov and other cities or towns.
So there's a lot of parks in the area too. The people say there's deer, and you said there's a bear. Do people come to hunt as well? Or?
Yeah, we have a hunters club in the Stebnik. They name Magura, and about the Stebnik is a hill, Magura. It's 900 about sea. Yeah, you can see this.
Mm-hmm.
The nature is really nice, and it's fifth level of protection, so it's national park. And every 1st May weekend, as you can see on the pictures, people walking to this hill on Magura and meeting there. It's this year was 45th years, so it's really nice activities for people, not just from Stebnik, also from people from another sides of the Magura or Bardejov. So if the weather is really nice, there is almost 300 people. So it's quite big activity.
Mm-hmm. So people have do picnics and other activities outdoors.
Yeah.
And let's see.
And
So,
in the in the forest lives bears, wolves, and this winter was here a bear. So it's a little bit strange, but yeah, we have a bear also.
Uh-huh. Do you have to watch so they don't come people's houses, or do people?
Yeah, one of the hunter saw him. So, and I think today I had a call from the guy, and he said me that the wolf came close to the house and tried to catch, and I think he killed the deer. So it's strange also because it's very, very close to the houses.
Uh-huh. So with the town growing, you mentioned people are moving there. So what are the challenges you have as a mayor to try to keep up with the growth of the town, to fix the roads and do all the things that a mayor does?
People want to come here and move here, but the problem is that we haven't got houses for the sale or the lands. I hope that in the future we will find some lands for the sale and people can come here. So we will see in the future. I hope.
Are there still a lot of farmers in the area, or do people have jobs at stores, or where do people work?
Few people still has a own farms just for them, for it's like someone has a pig or a chicken, yeah, but it's not like before 40 or 30 years ago, no cows, for example. And I think 40 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, almost in each house was the cow, so at the moment, no time, young people have to work in the in the town, and it's no time at the moment.
Do people still keep other farm animals, like chickens or other?
Yeah, some of them, yeah, still just for themselves, they have eggs and the meat, but not like ages ago. So
okay, I think we've answered a lot of questions. Karen, did you have any additional questions?
Yeah, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through this slideshow first again, because we were kind of flipping around here, and point out a couple of things that, okay. Could you tell us, Slavo, about this Andrei Savka?
yeah, he was born in Stebnik 42 years ago, and if you know the Slovakian Janošik, he was the similar man. I think he was the bigger one, because he was a fighter for the people, laws and rights, and he did over 16 years. Janošik did it just maybe one and a half year. So 16 years is long time, and the government couldn't catch him because he had more names, not just one, but nicknames or another names. So in 2009, my previous mayor decided to build for him remember stone. And in 2019, we decided to build behind the stone. You can see wooden sculpture. Yeah, and I think it's the historical person of the Stebnik. So, and at the moment, as you could see on the first picture, it's a village hall, and will be named Savka Park, Andrei Savka Park. So I think it's like in memoriam for him.
So the War Memorial Cemetery is down here on the bottom. Could you explain a little bit about that?
In this World War First cemetery, there is 103 soldiers, Russian and Germans, and long time, as I remember, this cemetery was was ruined, and the previous mayor decided with the people of the Stebnik make reconstruction. And as you can see at the moment, it's really, really nice place. And I think it's, and people coming here, visiting this cemetery, and they say that it's really nice because in the
So I read somewhere that these people were originally buried in Zaborov. Is that correct?
In this,
They were always here, or did they bring
no,
the bodies?
No. I think German came here and they, I don't know to say, but no.
Okay.
No.
So Karen, to set the context, I think most of the people who died here, this was around 1914, 1915, right at the beginning of World War I, when after the Russians invaded. Is that correct? And during that that period when it was very difficult, that winter of 1915. You know, when was there a major battle that took place where these people died?
You asking me or Karen?
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, it was in these years, in 1914 and 15. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this house here, that's a wooden house, and is it the oldest in the village or just one of the oldest?
One of the oldest. It's Polly Walker's. She loves this house, but this is the wooden house, and at the moment still is guy lives there. So
okay, so
it's
these
not for sale.
festivals.
Definitely, it's not for sale.
Yeah, okay. The festivals, this is your bar, the Korchma up here. Now, have they always had festivals every year there, or is this something new? And is there a regular time during the year that the festival is?
Okay, the village festival, Magurské Slavnosti, it was, organization was in the village. But 3 years ago, I decided to make a new festival, like a Rutenia Bar Fest. We had 2 years, but year ago COVID came, so we couldn't do it. And at the moment, again. So I hope next year we will do at least one festival for younger or another performers, and make happy Stebnik people.
Okay. We went through the churches here, but one of the couple questions, and some of the questions I'm asking are some that people have sent me emails on. Is this a Byzantine or Greek Catholic church or Orthodox church in your village?
Greek Catholic. And what I want to say that 3 years ago, they started make a reconstruction on this church, as you can see, and I have to say big thanks Minneapolis people, especially Polly Walker and other people who donated money for this reconstruction. So thank you very much.
Was this church always a Greek Catholic church, or during the communist times, was it Orthodox?
During the communist time, were in Stebnik more Orthodox people, and we had a Christmas in Orthodox calendar, but after the communist, we have a not Orthodox calendar. So
yeah, it went back to Greek Catholic.
Yeah. So yeah,
what language did they use in the liturgy there? Is it Slovak, Rusin, or what?
Staroslovenian. So, and also Slovakian, because still is here more people, and they don't understand Rusin because they are moving here, you know, they're Slovakian. So I think that the first Monday or first weekend in the month is Slovakian.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. Do the people there consider themselves Carpatho-Rusin or Slovak, and why is that so?
how to answer. So
Let me ask you a little bit more direct question here.
yeah.
I know the sign in Stebnik is in the Latin language or Slovak language, and I know that there's a certain number of people have to say that they're Rusin on the census to get the sign actually in Rusin in Cyrillic there. So
That will
evidently
be-
the number of people in your village have not claimed that they're Rusin on the census. Why do you think so? Why do you think that? So
In the census, people have to say that we are Russians. If it's over 20% of the people, then we have the blue signs in the beginning of the village. Or if it's not 20%, it's still like a Slovakian, you know. Why people don't say that I'm Russian, I don't know. In this census, we will know in the November, I think, and we will see how many people said that I'm Russian. I did it.
right.
Will there be a way for people in the U.S. to access the census results, or past censuses? What's the best way to get that data?
Oh, say again, Mark.
Oh, well, what is the best way for someone in the U.S. to find out about the census in Slovakia?
I think it's a Slovakian statistic, like government. So I can say the website, send the website on your email, and you can send another people then, okay?
It should be available. I remember seeing the last census online, so I think Slavo's correct there.
Yeah, okay.
Do any of the villagers still speak Rusin?
Who speak Rusin?
Any of the villagers, do any of them still speak?
Oh, if they speak another language, you mean, or?
Yeah,
Rusin.
Speak Rusin. Do they speak Rusin or Slovak or both?
Slovak. Older people speaking in the Rusin. My generation also speaking in the Rusin, but children, not really, because they are in the school in the Bardejov, and in the school have to speaking in Slovak. No, so this is the problem, and they come home and parents don't speak to them in the Rusin. I think in the future will be a problem. So we have to speak.
I know there's some Rusin schools in Slovakia. I'm not sure if at the lower level, the elementary grade level. I'm not sure if any of them still exist anymore. Do you know?
Yeah, it still exists. I think in the Medzlaborce is one of them. It's not too many, but still is it. But it's the problem because young people don't want to speak in Rusin, so then children don't speak. But in Slovakia is a Rusin association, and they try to do many activities and start again. The schools, primary schools, secondary schools, and high schools also. So it's the future.
Where do people go shopping? Like to buy their groceries?
The closer grocery shopping is in Zborov, but every Tuesday and a Friday to the village is coming the grocery car, and people can buy the grocery things. If they want to come for shopping, they have to go to Bardejov.
Do people travel far to go to work, or do they work right in town?
We are traveling to the Bardejov, it's 15 kilometers, but few people is traveling to Prešov, which is 45 kilometers, or Košice, it's 90 kilometers. So every day it's enough.
Okay, do the elderly receive pensions, and can they afford doctors? Do the elderly receive pensions from the government or from where they work, or?
You mean retired or?
Yes, retired people.
Yeah, they've got money from government every month,
Okay.
but it's not too much.
Do they get any money from where they worked before? Like some people in the United States, once they retire, their company pays them some money.
No,
Okay. So what about health care? Do they have to pay anything for health care there, doctors?
doctor is in Zborov. Zborov is the biggest village in Bardeo area. So people going to the Zborov or Bardeo again.
Do they have to pay for it?
Sometimes yes.
Otherwise, it's government, right?
Yeah.
Hovoríme o tých, že nehovoria po rusnácky, tak ešte im pripomňaní, že za komunistov bola ukrajinská škola, kde sa učil rusínsky jazyk.
Ale učilo sa po rusínsku či po ukrajinsku?
Po ukrajinsky, ale bolo to blízke, znáš?
Okay, Peter Warkle says that I forgotten about it. That during the communist in the Stebnik school and other religious schools, children used to learn Ukrainian. They have to not Russian, but Ukrainian, but was very close the language. Therefore, after the communists, many people didn't know I'm Russian or Ukrainian. You know, I remember that in the Stebnik, children also was speaking Ukrainian language.
So did they have to learn the Cyrillic alphabet then?
Yeah, azbuka.
Where is the nearest college after high school? What were the big schools? That Prešov?
Prešov.
Once, I've got a question here. Oh, here it goes. Since becoming mayor, have you changed your views on the town, the residents, or the operations of government?
Oh. Can you repeat, please, Karen, the question?
Okay, yeah, it's kind of three questions. So since you became mayor, have your views on government changed?
You mean politically?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a year ago was votes, so they changed, but I don't want to be rude, so.
Okay, understandable.
Have you had a chance to meet the president of Slovakia at all?
We have a woman, so
Right.
Zuzana Čaputová is the president at the moment.
Yes. Have you met her?
I've met her because 2 years ago she was visiting our area, and we had a meeting in the Zborov Castle. So I can say that I meet her. She's really nice.
I am looking through the chat here a little bit to see if there's questions. Somebody still has some questions. Could you put them in? Put them in the chat, but I'm going to show you something now. I'm going to go into the village website. Bear with me a minute here.
You want to talking about the genealogy, Karen?
Yeah, I'm going to show that. Okay, let's see. Okay, I've got to, just a second here. I'm trying to get the both off of here. Let's see, I'm going to have to stop and come back on.
Before COVID, were you getting a lot of visitors from the U.S. in town?
Guess that I'll do it this way.
Okay.
This is the website for Stebnik. You can see it's basically Stebnik.sk is what it is. And as he said, it's under construction, but there is a section here. It says unofficial site, and I'll go into this. And this is a lot of work that Peter Varhol did, and he's online with us today. And there's one thing I want to point out. Okay. What he did for the village is he put down the family names and then their houses. You go into a number. So it will tell you that, hope I'm explaining this right. Polly, interrupt if I'm not. Peter Babchek married Praska Homza. She came from house 31 and he came from house 25 to live in house 21. And these are their children. So as you could, and let me show you, for example, you go to, I guess you can't click on there, but
On the name.
if you click on his name, you can see he came from house 21 and married this Anna Pilar, and these are the children that they have. And it has their date of births here. So that's a very nice feature here, and I think Peter's still working on this. Actually, Slavo, could you ask Peter if he's still working on this, or is this final, or what his plans are?
Okay. First, what I want to say that Peter Varhol did a really big job, and over 30 years he did it. And I have to say big thanks to him, because it's really I think it's a heritage, you know, for another generations, also for the American or another people to find family. Peter, čujete?
Hej.
Prosím ťa, že či pokračujete na tej genealógii, že či hľadáte ďalej, čo sa týka aj rodín a tak ďalej.
No tak, ja už mám matriku opísanú, už nemám zdroj, znáš. Už len doplňam to, čo z ústneho podania sa mi dostane do uši. Alebo keď niekto z Ameriky obyčajne napíšu, jaké rodiny tam boli. Ale keď posмотрíš na slovenskú mutáciu, na slovenskú verziu,
Áno.
tak tam je dolu, tam zverejnil všetky matriky a všetky písomnosti. Len je to po slovenské, no však môžeš ich upozorniť, ale slovenskú verziu si dáte.
Hej, dobre, vysvetlím. Okay, so Peter says that all of the records from matrix or archives, he found it. So everything is on this genealogy. And at the moment, if someone is coming to him or send him an email that this is new information, new family tree, is putting this. But all of the records, it's in archives or the internet, he did it already. If you will go to Slovakian, not English, but Slovakian, there is all of the records copied. Try to go on Slovakian version.
Oh, that are you talking about?
Yeah, try to go to Slovakian version, not US.
Oh, yes. No, I lost. Okay, let me see.
No.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't, because you should be able to translate this, and I've done that before. But
Okay, so try to go back.
Click home.
What do you say?
Yes.
Oh, the first one, Karen. What? Yeah. The first one, yeah.
No.
And on Slovak flag.
Slovak flag, yes.
Click.
Slovak flag, yeah, no, dole.
Bottoms. Scroll down.
No.
Oh, come back. And there you can see opis cirkevných matrík. Do you see? Sobasheni. Do you see the red one and yellow one? Nove.
Down here?
No, the left, bottom
Oh.
left. Yeah, that means new. Yeah, opis hárko zo ščítania ľudu. And another things, there is a matrix.
No, to je,
This is
no.
census. This is census people in 1930.
Oh. So what is the Harok?
It's like a page.
Oh,
In the book, it's a page, so it's not the house number or something like this.
okay. And there's at least, so this is the village, so there's at least 10 pages of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else about this? I'm going to go through a couple of little things because what?
Yeah. This is the Peter Warhol website. It was the first unofficial. And 2 years ago, he said that we can use the official website.
So there are a number of pictures in here. There,
Yeah.
most of them are old, so. But if you go to photo album, they're there. So Peter's.
Few names and email addresses or.
Right. So yeah, if you want Peter's email address, here it is, peter.vorhol@gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay, let me get back to what I was sharing here. Back to the slideshow a minute. So here's contact information. The actual website, you can get through it, that genealogy one, you can get through it through that Stebnik SK, or here is the actual address of that page here. And I just want to make a pitch for the Rusyn Association. We would appreciate any donation or becoming a member. Our membership is $25 a year. And there's the information to send it to. But also, for any information, I am going to put down the Rusyn Association email. And we will, for any questions you may have after this, you can direct them there and we will try to answer them. They'll be directed, maybe directed to somebody else to answer or whatever. So I'll do one last look here in chat. I think somebody had, how do you see the website in English? Oh, here's another question, and I'm not sure if they're talking about Pisanki or not. A question about crafts of wax resist with indigo dye. Oh, that is on the clothing, I think. Are villagers still doing that craft? Do you understand the question there, Slavo?
Craft? Not really sure.
Polly, do you understand that question? Can you clarify it more?
Maybe what they're asking is, are there trades or traditional trades that the people in the village still do? Weaving, crafts, or?
I think she's referring to the fabric.
Yeah, I think so.
The Modra fabric.
So do they do any of that yet there, Slavo?
Maybe some of the older women doing this, but I don't know, honestly don't know.
Do they still do pisanki?
Pisanki.
Eggs.
The Easter eggs.
Yeah. But yeah, they do. Not like ages ago, but still they do.
Somebody asked about that website in English, but I think I showed it well enough that you click on the English flag. The actual website, the Stebnik one, it translated it automatically. I think I have Google Translate on there and it did it automatically, but I think you can click on the English flag and it'll come out.
Just a comment on the website. There's actually two websites for the village. There's the official one, and this one is the non-official one.
It's Peter Warhol website,
Right.
the unofficial.
Correct.
Correct.
Someone's
do
asking.
Rusins put much emphasis on their, respective subset? Okay, do basically in the Rusins in that area, do they call themselves Lemkos, Rusnaks, or just Rusin?
Lemkos is in Poland, and in our area in Slovakia, it's Rusnak, Rusin, but usually Rusnak. There's in Rusnaci, Rusnak.
Okay, any?
Hucul na Ukrajině.
Okay, what did you-
Jak Peter? Jak Huculi?
Huculi. Na Ukrajině Huculi jsou.
And Peter says that in Ukraine is Hucul.
Hutzel. So Slavo, as you look at the future of your town, what do you see happening over the next couple of years? What do you think the town will be like in the next few years?
In the present, we will have a new shield playground area. In the next week, I think they will start the build. Also, I would like to have here for tennis, football, one really nice place. And the biggest problem is I don't know how to translate, but we want to do many things. The problem is, of course, money. Because if you want to do something or building or anything else or reconstruction, you need money. Village has the money from government, but it's not enough for reconstruction or new things. So it's hard for small village like ours to make new things, new buildings, for example, or something else. But I hope we will do many more things and have a nicer village.
There's one more question that I think is a good summary one.
Yeah.
Are there ways that we can partner with or support Stebnik from here in the United States?
Support which say again, what is support?
Offer help, support, connections between Stebnik and Rusin people here in the United States.
Okay, I try to explain. A few years ago, when I think in 1940s, 50s, 60s, maybe 70s, American people were visiting their relatives and family. And after 70s, I think, I don't know what's happened. It's, for example, my family, they stopped to do it. I don't know why. But now when Paul know about it more, she's doing this. And before, Paul, help me, please. What's the name?
The Rusin Association?
No. Okay, don't worry.
The church?
I forgotten the name. Who was doing your job
Maria.
before you?
Brenda. Jim Brenda.
Yeah, Jim Brenda. So he started, and Paul continuing this job, and this is the new connection for between American Rusins and Slovakian. I have to say that American Rusins have a big interest about it. Slovakian is a little bit less, but if someone is coming here and find family, they're really happy that they can meet them, help them find another family or friend. So in the future, your job, Polly, you have to give another young people to keep the connection.
So Polly, you'll have to explain what he means by your job.
The very first time I went to Slovakia, I believe, was 2006. And I went with Jim and Marianne Brenda. Jim's a parishioner, or was a parishioner at St. Mary's. And he had been for years bringing people over to the villages. And sadly, he contracted an illness and passed away. And basically on his deathbed, he made me promise that I would continue to bring people over to the villages. So the following, I don't know, 2 or 3 years after that, I took my first group over of about 24 people. And I'm not an official tour guide or anything like that, but I do have a lot of connections over there. And basically, I just put together tours to the villages based on what the people want to do and where they want to go and what they want to see. I don't create the itinerary myself. It's kind of, I do a survey and, majority rules where they want to go. And we don't just necessarily go to the villages. We do a little bit more sightseeing of all of Slovakia and also into the Rusin areas of Poland as well, and up to Krakow and sometimes Prague. So I've been doing that since 2009, and now there's another younger group from our church in Minneapolis, St. Mary's, another generation that's starting to bring people over, and so that's very heartwarming to see.
Thank you, Polly.
I'm going to share one more thing before we leave. I kind of forgot about it. Let's see. Years ago, a gentleman, Dmitro Jurchison, compiled this book called Carpathian Village People. What it does, it's a listing of immigrants to Minneapolis, Minnesota from the 1880s to 1947. It is really only people from St. Mary's, and I'll just say there are some heirs in here also, but let me show you what he did. Okay, so from the village of Beckerov, husband and wife from Beckerov. So he lists them, who they were married to, and then like from the village of Beckerov, woman who married men not from Beckerov. So this is all, if you've got ties, if your family has ties basically to St. Mary's Orthodox Church in Minneapolis, you might find this helpful. You can email me at rusinmn@gmail.com if you would like a copy of this or have any questions. So my last little blip is, again, we would appreciate any of your donations or becoming a member. So goodbye for now, and I hope we have some other, well, one last thing, any more chat? I don't think so. Nope, no more questions in the chat. So thank you everybody for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Can I say something?
for doing this today. I think people enjoyed it.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
I do apologize for my English.
No apology necessary.
You're good.
Another thing what I want to say, everyone is coming to Slovakia, especially to Stebnik or around near villages. You are very well welcome. So see you in the Stebnik, not just online. Na zdravie.
Na zdravie.
Ďakujem, thank you.
Ďakujem.
Bill says hi, Pavel.
So say hi to him as well. Okay.
All right, I'll end it.